Okay, this is an overview of the Your Web Base app and how everything that's in it and how it works. Okay, so if you notice there's a banner at the top and the bottom, the banners, all the advertising that you see in the app are how we pay you the money. That's where how it can be free, but we can pay you. So there's a banner at the top and a banner at the bottom. But the one at the bottom is a control banner. It's not always there. What we do is if we want to test out a new advertiser to see if they're honest, or even test an old advertiser to see if they're being honest, we'll put another banner in the bottom, compare them side by side. If one of them says there's more impressions than the other, then we know that one of them's lying. And that's the purpose for it being there. So you won't always see a banner at the bottom. This is the home screen. This is the very first thing that you see when you come in to the app once you log in, or if you are still logged in once you open the app, this is what you'll see. You got the getting started. This gives you basic information about the app. It will change from time to time, so it's a good thing to go in and read it to see what new people are seeing when they very first come into the app. Also, we'll make changes if we're getting ready to release a game. Then it's going to say that in here. If we're getting close, we'll say, okay, we're going to release this game. We might give out the name and that sort of thing, and that will be on this page as well, so that all the new members will see it. And also at the very bottom, you got the terms and conditions of the program. You just hit that little arrow to go back. Here we have updates. If we click on an update, it opens it. You can read it. You just hit the back button on your phone to get out of it. And once you click on it, you can see how that one is highlighted. I know it was, lighter. It was that way before because this is the second time I'm making this video. But once you read the update, it'll be light like that. So it won't go away, but you'll know which ones you've read and which ones you haven't. Next is frequently asked questions. Rather than have 50 million tabs in here for every single thing, we put a lot of the information under the frequently asked questions because it's easier to find it and that sort of thing. So you've got different things in here about, like what is the wallet for? What do I do if I find a bug? But there's also things about programs and apps in here. So if you're wondering, well, why is that in here? And something that might lead you to that question is, for example, Advertopia. Why is Advertopia in an app where everything else is about free programs where you make money? Why is Advertopia in here when you don't in fact make money from Advertopia? Because Advertopia is a free advertising company. It allows you, it teaches you how to advertise online for free, so that you can what? Increase your income, your earnings by getting people to join underneath you, because this can actually work for you like a real business. The more you get paid, when the people in your downline down 7 levels win a prize, you get a percentage of it, 10% down 7 levels. And that means that your odds of winning anytime anybody wins are really, really high, because your web will hold so many people. The more people you have, the more money you'll make. So that's why Advertopia, for example, is in there for those who want to really push it and build their downline bigger than just the people that they know themselves. It talks about how you make money and that sort of thing. It also talks, gives a graphic representation of the web and how it works. You'll have to go, and this will mess up the video if I tilt it sideways, but if you tilt your phone sideways while you have that open, it'll give you the description. This is basically showing you that, like, for example, the black line is you, and then the green line is the ring. That green ring represents every person that you've sponsored, and then the purple one is everyone they sponsored, and it goes all the way out 7 generations away from you. And then it talks about, if you got 10 who got 10 who got 10 down out 7 levels, that's about 10 110, I mean, sorry, 10, I'm just going to say it's 10 million, over 10 million people, because it's really actually higher than that. But anyways, so that's why I say the more people you have, like I said, all in that scenario, all you got was 10, but you ended up with 10 million people. And that's the power of the web, 10 getting 10 who getting 10, sort of a thing like that. So, like I said, the more people you have, the more that you can win. It also explains the details of the game and how it works, the world's first progressive winner jackpot. What does that mean? It means the longer the game goes without a winner, the more people actually win when somebody does win, versus a standard progressive jackpot, which means the jackpot just gets bigger. So, and we have a provisional, worldwide provisional patent on that as well. Okay, so that's the FAQ. Any kind of questions you have, you'll probably find them in there. Next, we have My Web. When you first join the app, what you need to do is you need to come here and where it says sponsors referral ID. ID meaning identification. Who is this person? It doesn't mean their name. It means a username. Okay? If you put anything other than what their actual username is, you might as well have not put anything in there at all. Okay? So get the username from the person that referred you, and then you put it in this box right here. Then you click on Open Web. Once you click Open Web, that will lock that in and you'll never need to add it again. This right here where it says your referral ID is, that's your username. That's the username you used when you created your account in the app. So if I open the web, this shows the rings of the app, kind of like the picture that I showed you earlier. This is the actual representation of who's in the app. The very first ring is your personally sponsored members. I'm not going to open that one because those are personally sponsored members, it'll actually give you the member's email address. It's the only one that does, because those are your personal people, whereas the other ones are their people and their people and their people. So I'm not going to open that one because it'll show email addresses, and I don't want to give out people's email addresses on a video. So to check, to check your web to see if somebody's there or how many people are in there or whatever, you just click this on whichever level you want to check and it'll open up. And then you'll see their name and then you'll see their username. Okay, so these are people sponsored by my people, or this particular account. So this particular account's second level, meaning the people that they sponsored, their friends. Okay, next. So, and like I said, they all work the same way. It allows you to go in and see every single person in your organization, no matter how big that it gets. Could be millions and millions and millions of people. That's what you're gonna see here under this. See, we got lots of space between the number and the white box. Why is that so big? Because we know that that number can get really, really big, really, really quick. And so we need it to hold all the people that will potentially, we need that number to show all the people that will potentially fall in those levels. Okay, next is, and you just back out of that way. Training. Here we have videos on different things about, there could be videos about particular programs that are in the app. It could be video. This is about how to get players in your downline. Let's see if I can, you click the little lines, and that'll open up the whole library of videos, and you can just pick through and watch them. Then to go back, you just close it, click on the little arrow next to training. Then we've got motivation. The motivation, same type of thing, but the type of videos are different. They're not about the company. They're about motivational type training. They're not about any particular company. They're about motivation. Motivation is very, very important. If you listen to a motivation or watch a motivational video every day, it definitely, without a question, will absolutely change your life. Um, Provided it's not put out by some kind of brainwashing scammer, neuro-linguistic programmer. But I'm just talking about, like Jim Rohn, Tim Sales, those types of things. This book right here, Who Moved My Cheese. I recommend people watch that at least every 3 months because it's a powerful message. But anyways, I digress. So then we've got share. What this does, this will pull up every app that I have on my phone that allows me to share. Okay, so you can see that I don't use Facebook and I don't use Twitter and those types of things on my phone. But if I did, then those would show up and allow me to share on those as well. So anything that allows me to share, whether it's through email, WhatsApp, and these are just friends, Skype, you just click the one you want and it will just follow the steps to share the app through those things with people. And that's a great way. That's actually a really, really effective way to share, especially with these programs like even Google and WhatsApp. And Skype. They're like pulling every single bit of information from anybody online. I mean, my phone book is just full of people. I have no idea who they are. So you can go in and you can look through and you can contact these people that you may not even, you might not, you probably have a lot more contacts on your phone if you look than what you think. Okay, so that's the share feature. And, I have to hit the back button to get out of that. Okay, so now this is a 7 degrees game. It's a simple little game that determines, who wins the jackpot. Okay, wanted to make it a little bit fun, not boring, so we put these cute little phrases in there so that if you don't win, at least you might get a laugh. So what you do when you first hit it, an ad is going to pop up, and I'm going to explain what that is right there in a second. Okay, so we got the, and basically that's putting money into the pool for, it's increasing the jackpot essentially. So a little message pops up, we love Fuzzy. So before that you saw a little, so the reason that we do that is there's no confusion about which one of those phrases was actually the winning phrase. That little thing that said retrieving data, this is actually a hybrid app. The Your Web Base app is not just an app. It's like a hybrid between a mobile application and a computer program. They work together. What this allows us to do is it allows us to put a whole lot more information in the app without directly downloading it onto your phone. Because if this was just a straight app, we probably couldn't even get it approved because it would be so freaking big. Because it just contains so much information. So we use we use this. So whenever you see retrieving data, you're always going to see it before a win because you're playing against all the other people that are playing at that time. So it's going to go in, it's going to compare the phrase that it pulled up, because computers can't read, by the way. They can't see and go, oh, that says this. So it's going to go back and it's going to compare it to the winning phrase, which of course is WIN, one in each column. And so it's going to compare the ones and zeros in this phrase to that phrase and see, did it win? And if it did win, then it's going to put the prize into your wallet. If it didn't, then it's just going to show you what it is and say, okay, and then you hit okay. My phone keeps going to sleep. I don't know if that's showing up on the screen. So then you just push spin again. So again, see the retrieving data, then the answer. Okay. So if you look up in the corner, you'll see number to win. Okay, that represents the progressive jackpot. It will stay at 1 the longest of any of them, and I'll explain to you why. okay? It starts out at 1 and it will stay at 1 until it builds up the jackpot of whatever the prize is, okay? So if the prize is $1,000, it's going to stay until enough people have played until it hits $1,000. Then what it's going to do is it's going to build 7 more jackpots, okay? And those jackpots are 10% of whatever the prize pool is. So it's going to, and once those 7 jackpots are built, so once it builds to 170% of whatever the prize pool is, at that point, it'll go from 1 to 8. Okay? So you've got, it's built the winner's prize. Now, it doesn't matter if it's built it or not. You know, the last time we had a winner, it didn't build it. That just means it comes out of our pocket. So, you know, that's not really anything to be concerned about of whether or not it hasn't reached that, because as I said, the last time it hadn't even come close to reaching it when we had a winner. So, but that's basically how the progressive jackpot works. We have the money before we start, but we would like to ideally have it create enough money for the next time so that doesn't come out of our pocket, because then that kind of defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do. So, in this case, it will stay at 1 until it goes to 8. Once it hits 8, then it will change much more quickly. It'll go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What that indicates is, and the reason is because it's only got to build a tiny little jackpot. It's only got to build to 10% of whatever the other jackpot is. It doesn't have to build to 170%. So how it works is if you hit and you win, it will tell you that you won. The prize will show up in your wallet. If this number has been changed to 8 when you hit it, it means that the person that referred you and the person that referred them and the person that referred them, in that web of people with all the rings, will all get 10% of whatever you won. Okay? So that's where the 8 comes from. You plus 8. If it says 9, what that means is you get paid, the upline gets paid, and the person who spun immediately after you, immediately before you won it, is also going to win. So if it's 10, then 2 people, the person that spun before you and the person that spun before them. And that's how the progressive jackpot works. As that number starts to change, your odds of winning are much better. The reason is because when people see that number change, they get really excited and they know that there's a bigger chance for them to win. The more people that are playing at once also increases the odds of winning. So literally, as we get more and more people playing in the app, you'll see that number just changing regularly and people winning regularly. And if you've built a downline, you'll see money showing up in your wallet. You probably won't know why. We'll tell you, but that's just the way that it works. So again, the funny little phrases are just to make you laugh, so you don't feel like, oh, I lost. Like when you play slots, it's either you won or you lost. In this case, it is, you get a funny little phrase. The really great thing about this game is that it gives everybody the chance to win. Instead of giving out huge jackpots where people, feel like they don't have a chance of winning, the more people that play, it's a real community game. The more people that play, the more chance that you have to win. In the event that it hits 20, we don't really like to see that happen. We don't like it to build too much. What we will do at that point is we will start injecting more winning phrases into the wheel, to get it to try to force it to hit. We don't want that number going to 1,000, do we? You know what I'm saying? Because people might get bored. So what we will do is we will try to keep it, we're not going to just keep doing it and doing it and doing it till it wins. every day we will add a few to, so you know that once it hits 20, now your odds are really stacking up. And the more, of course, the more people that you have playing that you know, the better it is for you, because, you know, if you're, the better it is for you, because like I said, if it could be you or it could be one of the millions of people in your downline that wins, and you'll still, you know, get 10% of the prize. So the back button again, programs. We've got programs and apps and games. The reason that those are separated out is because they're two different types of things. A lot of people don't understand that a program and an app they're not even the same technology. You can't run an app on your computer, although you may have people calling their program an app. It's just because they don't know what they're talking about. These are programs. If you click on any of these programs, for example, this is your Web-Base Online, it's going to take you to the website where you can find out about it, sign up. Go back to the app. So you go there, you sign up. It'll allow you to choose your username, or it'll give you one, or it'll give you a number. As you can see here, Advertopia is a number. You can see under Wow App is kind of weird. It's a hybrid. It's got this / in it. So you might look at it and think, oh, well, the last part is my username or my name for my link. You need this whole thing or this won't work. So once you sign up, you're going to put your username into this box and you're going to hit update. What that does is now everybody who's signed up underneath you, when they click on it, they're going to go to your page. It customizes the app to you for your downline, so that anybody that you sign up, when they click on these, for example, if they clicked on Sue, they're not going to go sign up under Advertopia. They're going to go, which is the username that you see here, they're going to go sign up under your username, whichever you used. Again, some of these things will not allow you to choose. So these are not always necessarily going to be the same. If you haven't signed up with it, do not put something else there. If you do that, you hurt your downline, because what you're doing is, if you put something in there that doesn't exist, you automatically send the person to be signed up in a program they don't have a sponsor in, which means they're not likely to get helped by anyone, and they're not going to like that. And some companies don't allow you to change once you've signed up. So again, don't put anything in here if you haven't signed up. Leave it, and they'll see the default. And at least that way, because you don't have to join anything. You can if you want. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I recommend that you do, but the choice is yours. Once you put your ID for that program that you just signed up in, you put it in the white box, and then you hit update. When you first get your app, there will be nothing in those boxes. This is a completed profile. That's why there's something in the boxes. Okay, we'll hit back again. And apps and games are different. This is going to take you to the App Store, okay? So it has the name of the app. If you click on the app, it's going to have it's going to take you to the App Store where you will download the app. And in this case, you are going to, see, there's no upline to this that's registering these. Okay. Normally, you will see where it says sponsors referral ID. In that little gray space, that's your, and then that white box would be blank because you haven't put anything in there yet. Okay. So in the gray, you're going to take that number. When you log into that app, it's going to ask you for your referrals ID, and it's going to give you a bonus for submitting one. So that number that would be in the gray space is what you're going to copy and what you're going to give. it gives both of you credit. Like sometimes it'll be like, okay, if you do it, you get say 1,000 points, and your sponsor gets 1,000 points. Um, they all vary in how they work. These programs in here are just for people who are looking to, you know, get some free gift cards and stuff like that. We needed something in here to, some people are really into this, making, a couple bucks a day. It's not really my thing, but if it is your thing, then you're going to love this. There's lots of good programs. It's definitely not going to make you rich. That's what we plan to do with our apps and games, because these things only pay on one level. Some of them just have a referral fee and that's it. So, but that's how they work. So once you sign up, the company is going to give you a referral code, and you're going to put that in the white box, and then you're gonna hit update at the bottom. So so the white the white numbers that are in these boxes represents an account that's filled out, and the member has joined everything and put the IDs in there. Um, and then, of course, if they have an upline, then the gray part would also have numbers. And though the gray part is where you want to tell people, um, where you want to tell people that's the number you want to give to the other app when they say who referred you so you can get your bonus. It's the number in the gray part that you want to give them. Don't just put anything in there. Again, the same thing. You'll lose your bonus if you do that. You won't get the bonus. So, make sure you get that from there. Okay, so next is wallet. Here you're going to have coin balance. That's how much money you've made, okay, and then a pending balance. The pending balance changes. You have to go in and claim the money. We're not going to let money. We cannot let money sit there forever. The taxing authorities would really come after us. So that means that somebody signs up, they build a big downline, and they just disappear, and they've made money. It's not going to stay in there. If they don't go in and claim it after a certain period of time, it's just going to go away. So pending balance is you claim it, then we look to see if it is an actual valid transaction, if it was a real winner or some kind of bot, somebody cheating. Once that happens, then it goes into coin balance and can be withdrawn. There's another place you can get to your wallet, and that is by just sliding the screen over. So you put your finger on any part of the screen and just slide, and then you've got the home, the contact us, the wallet, and log out. Home was that page that we're just at with all the tabs. The contact us is where you can send a message. It's like support, but the App Store calls it contact us. That's what they require us to call it. It has to be called contact us. And log out, and that's pretty much it. So, and then to get back, just hit home, and there you go. So, there really is a lot of money to be made off of this, off of simple work to be done sort of in the beginning. What I mean by that is you go out and get all of your friends to join the app. When we and then they tell their people, and they tell their people, and they tell their people. It's not something you need to continue to do. Once your downline is built, you can continue to make money that way. When we have new games, we take the people who are we take the database that's in the app, and we copy it and we put it into the new game, which means as we have more and more games, you are basically put under, that downline is just going to follow you into program after program after program, as we transfer the database. So if they go in and they see the app in here, we have a game. Of course, we're going to post an update, and we're also going to post it here under apps and games if it is an app, and if it's a website game, then it'll be under programs. So if you're already a member of your web base when we launch a game, then you already know that you're a member of that, provided you were a member of your web base when it went live. It won't, once the game is live and the database is imported, we don't just keep going in and importing the data, finding the people who joined your web base and putting them in there. From that point, the people have to go in and click. You have to put your username in here so that your new downline members can follow you. So that's pretty much it. We have 3 games that are in production right now with some serious potential to make members a lot of money. 2 match 3 type games, and then another game that is it's a game based, kind of like Farmville, but it's on business kind of thing like that. But that one has huge income. You play Farmville, you play these sim games, you play all these different things like that. You don't make any money. The company makes all the money. We share the advertising revenue with the members by offering tournaments. And again, kind of like in the 7 Degrees game where you could actually win even though you lost, all of our games have that component where you don't just win. You can't. It's not just about winning when one of your downline wins, but you can actually win by losing. We have a lot of that in all of our games, if it applies to it. The game that we call Polyopoly right now, just because we don't want to release the name, is it's a game you can't lose. If you play it, you make money. So it's not a tournament style of game. It's just a game. If you play, you make money. The more you play, the more you make. The more people you bring in, the more you make. That sort of a thing. So there's some differences there. There isn't like if you lose, you win, because there is no losing. So that would be an example of a case where we didn't use the if you lose, you can win thing. But otherwise, the games are all set up so that everyone has, so it's not just a one person gets everything, but lots and lots of people win lots and lots of money. And since our games are tied to our advertising revenue, instead of any kind of like if you entered into a tournament, that's gambling. Okay, if you enter into some type of tournament, you're putting in money to enter the tournament. It means a fixed number of people are in the tournament, prizes are fixed, and it's gambling. Our members don't pay. They're not allowed to pay. There's no way to pay. And so it's not gambling because there is no gamble. Nothing is being gambled. Nothing is being risked. But on top of that, the fact that that it's tied to advertising, what it means is the more people that play, the more prizes there are. So in a standard tournament, if it took this many people to play this much time, then the prize is going to be this much money. But in that same amount of time, many tournaments could have happened because it's all based on how many people are playing. So the more that play, the more people that win, the more friends you have playing, or their friends or their friends or their friends. There's 6 degrees of separation between you and every person on earth. there's an urban myth that this is a myth, but it is actually a scientific proven fact. So literally, just getting your friends who get their friends who get their friends will have a huge, I mean, you'll end up with a huge, 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 huge amount of people. So, so that's it. Thanks for listening. Take care and have a great day.